Hey, what's up everybody? It's Landon with LMR.com. It's Dyno Day. Before we get started talking about what we're doing today, drop us a comment on what you would like to see us dyno. Keep it somewhat reasonable, guys. I mean, don't go asking for a John Deere tractor or nothing silly like that, okay? Keep it somewhat reasonable, something we can try to obtain or go and find and dyno for you guys, okay? So always keep a lookout, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so, because who knows, we'll sort through those comments. If we like what we see, we'll go find that car, find that vehicle, and who knows, you may see it on our dyno. All right, so the topic at hand today, we have a 2009 Shelby GT500KR. KR stands for King of the Road. This particular car here does belong to a mutual friend of the company, and he was kind enough to let us borrow the car and let us experience it, drive it, and of course, we gotta dyno these things. Why not? Because it's too freaking cool not to. Okay, so this particular car here, it's a very good example of a 2009 GT500KR. Probably like most of these cars, it's been garage kept its entire life, and it lives by that rule because it has just north of 5,000 miles on it. Again, very good example. In 2009, the production numbers for the Shelby GT500KR were 712 units. Of those 712 units, this car is one of 110 in Colorado red with silver stripes. The 2009 GT500KRs, they had some exclusivity to them. If you want to know more about the car, check out the link in the description. It'll get you over to LMR.com. That way you can see everything about a KR. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to talk about things relative to the dyno. Okay, so the horsepower rating and torque rating for the KRs were 540 horsepower, 510 pound-feet. That was 40 more horsepower and 30 more pound-feet over the base GT500. When Shelby American built these cars, they did a custom calibration which advanced engine timing. They opted for an H-pipe instead of an X-pipe, less restrictive resonator, and they did equip it with a Ford racing muffler. So that's why you have your 40 horsepower and your 30 pound-feet over the base GT500 at the flywheel. Moving forward, this car does have a 2.6-inch upper pulley in favor of the 3-inch factory pulley. In factory trim, these cars made about 9 PSI, so with the 2.6-inch upper pulley, it's going to make about 12 pounds of boost. When you do a pulley swap on anything like this, or any supercharged car for that matter, you have to have a custom calibration. Okay, so it has the 2.6 upper pulley on the supercharger and a custom calibration. Those are the only two modifications that are done to the car. Other than that, again, it's bone stock. Still has the TR6060 6-speed transmission, so our pulleys are made in 4th gear, which is the 1-to-1 ratio. These cars had the heavy 2-piece drive shaft. They were outfitted with a 373 rear gear, and that's an 18 by 9.5-inch rear wheel with a 285/40/18 tire. Obviously, because the car is supercharged and the custom tune, we have fresh 93 octane fuel in the tank. Other than that, y'all know the drill. We're gonna make sure we're good to go on our end. Straps are tight, lug nuts are torqued, and then we're gonna make a hit. All right, folks, let's take a look at some numbers. This 2009 Shelby GT500KR made 508 horsepower at 5,900 RPM and 505 pound-feet of torque at 3,900 RPM. So needless to say, I think with the smaller pulley and that custom calibration, these numbers are right on the money. And this car was a treat to have. It was a great experience because you really don't see a whole heck of a lot of Shelby GT500KRs rolling around. So again, thanks to our mutual friend for letting us borrow this car. It was great to have it, great to dyno it, and y'all know the drill. If you like these videos, subscribe to our channel for more. And until we catch you guys in the next one, you know what to do for all things 79 to present Mustang, 1st and 2nd generation lighting. Keep it right here with the real enthusiasts, LMR.com.